Hey, Mark.
Hey Dave, how you doing today?
Well, I've seen better days. I think you have too, haven't you?
Yes, indeed. This is a very serious situation we're looking at coming in our direction for the weekend.
Yeah, so I am concerned about it. I hate to be like this with everybody, but this is something to be concerned about. Quickly, we'll say Chris Meacham's on with us. Chantel Hell is on. She says hello. Jackie Mathis, Jamie Kane, Debbie Soxy. Uh, I had good friend Dave is on. Hey, Dave. He says he's sunny and 80 degrees in Huntington, West Virginia. Denise Perry's on with us. Says hello, everyone. Mary Vorvis. Hello, David Mark. Chantel Hale says, David, I just finished NWS Basic Spotter course, taking the advancement in April. Have to work this weekend, but would love to connect for future events. Chantel, we would be glad for you to be here Friday evening. We will need all hands on deck. So, yeah, if you could do that, that'd be fine. If not, we'll look for you soon. Deidre Bashir says hello. Shelly Workman says hi, y'all. Dave says audio and video is working. Hot dog, we're batting a
Yay!
thousand. We do have something go right. Um, let's see here. Chris Beecham saying my prayers that it doesn't get bad this weekend. Boy, aren't we all, Chris? Caleb Eaton says, hey, y'all. Rebecca Val, my good friend Rebecca, says, least favorite time of the year. Gosh, I got to agree with you. I don't like it either. Tammy Tatum says, hello, Thunder Buddies. Wanda Wilson says, hi, guys. Thanks. I hate bad news. Um, Amanda Patty watching from Elkton. And Judy Bennett says, hello, David and Mark. How will Clarksville be this weekend? It's going to be just like it is here in Hopkinsville. It doesn't look good for any of us. Paula Wagner says, hi, David Mark. Denise Perry, hi, David. Hi, Denise. Sandy Allen, she likes me better than she does you. I'm just so, we got to find a little humor and everything while we're doing this right now. It does help. Sandy Outland
Yes,
says,
it
hello,
does.
David Mark. I'm available if you need me. Just let me know. Thank you, Sandy. Amanda Patty, like and share, y'all. Andrea Cook, hi. And Tracy says, hey, praying for everyone's safety. Connie Chancellor, hello, David Mark. Caleb Eaton, how are things looking? We're going to tell you here in just a minute. Uh-oh, Denise said, hi, Mark. Trish Horn says, hello, David Mark. Lynn Reynolds says, good evening. We were only trying to enjoy a sunny day. Yeah, I know. I wish I could say it's not going to be bad, but unfortunately, we've been watching this for days and days, and it just doesn't look any better. It's actually
Nope.
getting worse, and we're all in a well. Let me just look at going over to show them a few things while we're at it. Um, Hang on here just a moment. Let me get it called up. We've got quite a few people on with us, so let's talk about the Storm Prediction Center. We'll look at that
All
first.
right.
And so here it is. You can see this big area of enhanced risk right here. Uh, that encompasses about the western half of Kentucky and Tennessee, down into northern Alabama and Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois. But the thing that's scariest when you do this, Mark, explain to them exactly what that means.
Okay. Well, that 30% means that they're looking for that's the area that's most likely to get severe weather. At 3 days out, they don't differentiate between severe thunderstorm winds, tornadoes, or hail. But the hatched area means that there's a significant chance for severe weather in that hatched area within 25 miles of a point. And significant severe could be winds over 75 miles an hour or tornadoes over an EF2 rating.
Now, let's also expand a little bit on this. I wouldn't be surprised. We will probably see a moderate risk placed somewhere in this area tomorrow. Do you think?
Probably so.
Yeah,
I think
so
so. Yeah, probably.
that would mean things will be even worse. A moderate risk is not real common. It happens 2 or 3 times a year, I guess. But uh, I'm going to have to tell you, I think we're going to all see some severe weather come Friday night. And I'm going to go on through it a little bit. And Mark, I'll give you the details here in just a second. But Friday night, and then by might get a little lull in it, say wee hours of the morning Saturday morning, but by 9 a.m. Saturday morning we get hit with another round of severe weather, and that one looks worse than the one Friday night. I got to tell you,
Mm,
uh, this is uh, it wouldn't be as worrisome if it wasn't the fact that we're going to have a chance for at least EF2 tornadoes, which is it's terrible. There's Amy
yeah.
Crabtree on with us. She says, "Hey everyone, hey Amy." And Amy is another one that's going to be on alert. She and her team will be out. I worry about our teams. We do have the spotter chaplain is going to be here Friday evening, and he will give prayers for everyone that's going out to face these things. It's always terrible to have to face this stuff at night. It's just horrible. And, you and I both have been out there at night on these things, and it's certainly a situation that we don't like. It's very dangerous for all the interceptors and storm spotters out there, but they're all willing to do their duty. So I'm proud of them. I know that they're going to be there, and we're going to keep you posted, and we'll let you know what's going on. We're going to be live on here, I can tell you that. Not sure the time just yet. We're going to be doing a couple more updates between now and then, and let you know the very latest on it. Hopefully tomorrow we wake up and hey, the SBC removes all of it from us. I'd be so happy to be wrong.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if they do that, it'll head down. It'll all be down in Alabama and Tennessee and stuff like that. And I don't wish it on them at all, but.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. So, unfortunately, it looks like this is a unusually strong and intense storm.
Well, it's a two-part storm. The initial line is going to come in, and we're going to be kind of in the southern end of that as it moves up. And then the lower part of it, it has another line that starts to form up. The initial line is going to come in pretty well straight from our west, with the storms moving up from the southwest.
Yep.
The storm the segment on Saturday is going to be coming up from our south and moving in a northeasterly direction. And that's an unusual direction for storms to be coming in at us from.
Amy Crabtree says, put faith and trust in our teams that you and Mark have taught us well. I appreciate that, Amy. I hope, you always worry that maybe I'd left something out, didn't tell them about this or didn't tell them about that, but they've been through this before. I've got to remember our spotter teams are pretty experienced, and they've been through a lot of this stuff before. We're gonna be on top of it, and hopefully you and we have a special guest that may join us Friday evening. I'm not going to say the name yet because it's still not a certainty, but he's very experienced and knows his weather. Believe me.
Yes, indeed.
He will give some eyes to this, and hopefully we can tell anybody if there's a tornado out there and where it is and where it's headed. So these are things we're working on. We are working actively behind the scenes. It's been a flurry of activity here today with people getting ready. We're getting our support staff's working on getting the food and everything ready to get prepared, because we're going to be here for a long time, it looks like. I imagine we will be here overnight, Friday night into Saturday and beyond. So we may actually be going about 24 hours straight without a break. So
now we may not be on the air the whole time.
No.
If we catch a break, we may go off for a while, but we'll come back on in plenty of time to keep everyone up to date with the next thing that's happening.
Right. And what we have to do, just so you guys know, YouTube requires us to take they don't require us, but if you go past 12 hours, they won't record that and post it on the channel for future reference. So we may have to go off for about a minute and then come right back on, and then they will go ahead and do it. So if we will let everybody know, if it looks like it's going to be severe weather ongoing, we won't do that. We'll just go on and have to deal with it. But we want to make sure everybody is up and safe on this. So we won't leave you, but hope if we can find a break in the severe weather, we'll try to take that and go off the air just for a minute and then come right back on. So that's to comply with the rules and all kinds of regulations. The Facebooks will stop simulcasting after 8 hours. So we figure if we get 8 hours in, we may be able to go off and then come back on. That'll comply with everybody, and we'll all live happily ever after with the coverage that we get out there. So anyway, there it is. Let's see. The next thing we want to look at, I think, Mark, I'm going to look at what COD is saying. You'll have to decipher this for them. This is College DuPage, and tell them what we're looking at here. Just explain it.
Okay, this is something called the supercell composite, and what it does, it takes several different things that go into making supercells and combines it together and shows it in a graphical form. And of course, the more toward red, the more toward red side of it you see across the bottom there, the higher chance supercells are going to form. You see that kind of finger of red coming up into the Missouri boot heel and that area. That is what time is that, Dave? That's Friday afternoon.
It's 0Z Saturday,
Okay, that's 7 o'clock
Friday evening.
Friday evening.
Yep.
And again, you're looking for the reds and yellows. The greens, you can, anything above a 1 on this scale, you can get a supercell.
All right. Let
But
me advance
it's
it one.
definitely
one frame.
more likely in the yellow and red. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go with my mouse again. Here we go. And this is at 3Z Saturday, which is what's
Add 3 hours to 7 is 10.
yeah. So 10 p.m. Friday.
10 p.m. Friday.
Okay, and you can see it's still fairly high over us, and that's
Yeah.
concerning. Let's see, Mark. Do we want to go on further? Let me
You can
think.
go on further if you want because you can catch that second system coming up from the south. There it is.
There's why I say it's going to be worse in the Saturday morning one, and this is at 12Z Saturday, Mark, which is
Which is 7 a.m.
7 a.m. So I said
Now the timing may be a little bit off either way, one to the other. So again, we'll look at the exact timing for this time to be coming in a little bit later.
So that is why I said that's going to be the worst of the two severe events. That looks much, much worse. And to add to that, I'm going to go over to the next thing here to show you. And this, Mark, tell them what we're looking at right here. This is for zero. This will be 7 p.m. Friday, I think.
Friday
0Z.
evening. Yeah. And this is called the 0 to 3 kilometer helicity.
Yep.
Helicity is a measurement of the atmosphere of how the updrafts in the storm want to spin while they're moving forward. So it encompasses several things and has a mathematical formula that they use to figure this.
Right.
But basically, the more toward the red and the gray there you see, the higher the rating and the more chance that if there is a updraft going, it's going to spin.
And the speed in this is 81 knots, which is what?
That's the movement component. That's what the winds are going to be trying to push those storms along.
There you go. Lost Mark. Here we go. Okay, sorry, but I don't know why you just cut out on me, but there you are. So that's
Anyway,
the speed, how fast these things are moving along. Is that right? And what's that?
Yeah,
speed?
that's the general wind speed it's going to try to move everything along at. It probably won't be moving quite that fast, but these storms could really be moving fast when they come through. We're talking,
81 knots.
81 knots is a whopping 93 miles an hour.
That's enough to do damage if that translates to the ground at all. I mean,
yeah, just by the wind speed going. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, folks, I am concerned about this, and I don't get concerned too often. And you know me. I don't get excited too easily. But this right here, it is absolutely. It is as bad as it looked December of 21. Would you say?
I would say so, at least.
And it may be as bad as what we saw back in 2011. Anyway, so let me see who all is saying anything. Okay, Denise. Hi, Denise. She's worried about this too, like the rest of us are. So is Rita Taylor. Steve Brown say, "Hey y'all, I can't stay now, but I'll rewatch later. I have to work in the hold and need to crawl in to hide from this storm." Steve, you do what you need to do. As long as you can protect your family, that's the way. Tracy Van Vector says, hang on, it just lost me. So when it looks like, good grief, let me get my glasses on. I can't see.
So when it looks like it's going to be bad, everyone hunker down except Shane, the weather vane. Put him out on it. When he is wet, we will know it's raining.
Well, that's the truth. Shane's going to be out there, so let's don't be too hard on him because he's going to risk his life to get out there with Amy and the rest of the teams. And as you see, this doesn't improve any. There's when it goes up to 92 knots, Mark. That's over 100 miles an hour, isn't it?
Yeah, that's easily over 100 miles an hour. That's looking
This
probably
would,
around 106, 108 miles per hour. And again, that's the winds not at the surface
right.
level. That's a little bit more up into the storm.
And that's 6Z Saturday, which is what time? That would be, let's see,
That'd be around just after midnight.
yep. That would be just after midnight Saturday morning.
You're right,
Yeah, okay.
about 1 a.m.
Okay. So let's go ahead and go on a little further. And there we go. This is at 9Z Saturday.
Yeah,
And there we are. There's another round right there. This is at 12Z Saturday, which would be, let's see if I can get my finger.
that'd be
Go ahead.
that's 7 o'clock in the morning,
Okay.
Saturday morning.
So I know the timing is going to be off a little bit. Hopefully, this is going to be not as bad, but oh my gosh, it looks absolutely terrible to us right now. This is one of those times. I hope that any of you that have invested in yes, Rebecca, we're pulling an all-nighter. It looks like Friday night, but this is one of those times. Hopefully, you've invested in a storm shelter. I've got to tell you, this is something you really need to do. I'm going to play this for you, and you guys know what's coming, but take a look at this. What would you do when severe storms with tornadoes threaten you and your family? If you have planned properly, you will have a storm shelter nearby that is strong, safe, and will save your family's life. Mid-South storm shelters provide just that. They blend well with the landscape and are proven lifesavers. When the weather gets severe, have no fear with a Mid-South storm shelter. Call today at 270-725-6020. And those guys have put in several storm shelters for our viewers out there. I've heard back from some of them. They all love it. So give them guys a call. And if you haven't got a storm shelter yet, you need to be investing in one. Now, I see some of you are watching us over on the Weather and Wisdom Facebook page. I'm glad to see you with us. Bob Bridges, do I understand correctly that this will be more of a wind and vent than heavy rains? No. Mark, explain.
Initially, it will be Friday. We're only maybe looking at maybe less than an inch of rain, but when the storms come through Saturday, they have a heavy rain component with them. They're looking at 2 to 3 inches of rain from Hopkinsville eastward and northward.
So Barb Rigginbottom says, "Hi David, don't like what I'm seeing. It looks like I'll be traveling through a lot of rain as I return from Virginia Beach this weekend. I will pray for everyone's safety as you deal with the severe weather." Kazo, Kazo, Memphis, Mark.
Well,
I tell you what, let me finish this right here with Michael Vance. You're going to know after this event whether or not you got roof damage. If you do, I have been talking with Michael today. He's got people on standby ready to respond if any of you need it. For your roofs. So call Michael Vance Contracting Roofing. Write this number down, 270-707-ROOF. And he'll have people, probably, I guess he's going to be on even Saturday. They normally close that day, but I think because of the seriousness of this, they're going to have people ready to answer the phones and can get you some help. Hopefully within just as soon as they possibly can, they'll get to you. But they do have a fast response, and I'm really glad that they're on as a sponsor. 270-707-ROOF. Give Michael Vance a call if you need some help with your roof or anything else that looks like they can do for you, whether it's commercial or residential. They're ready, willing, and able. They also own Lakeside Campground and Marina. There's a website. Visit lakesidecampground.com. And then can't forget our good friend Katie Moyer over at Kentucky Hemp Works. I'm going to play this again about her salve. It's something really good, so I got to get this in to help Katie, but this has been flying off the shelves. Take a look at this. Anytime my aches and pains act up, I always reach for Kentucky Hemp Works Hemp Root Salve. It's easy to use. Just rub it on the affected areas and you will soon notice big relief. You can use it as a moisturizing lip balm or ointment that heals and protects your lips during adverse weather conditions and helps with preventing chapped lips. This amazing Kentucky Hemp Works salve is available in our online store at dpww.shop. Order today. And there's the website of that store is dpww.shop. Be sure and go there and you'll see that. And you'll also see a link to the Shop Weather and Wisdom page. It has shirts and apparel and all that kind of stuff. You're going to love it. Take a look at it. Okay, so Denise says, I stay up all night when the weather's bad. Rita Taylor says, me too, Denise. Lynn Reynolds says, what can make this a bust? Anything. Yeah, Mark, what could make it a bust?
Well, there is a little system that's going to be going by to our south,
Tonight.
starting mostly tomorrow into tomorrow night. It'll have us a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. for tomorrow. That could cut our moisture off enough to kind of slow down the chances for some severe weather. But right now, most of the things we're seeing is not calling for it. They're still calling for dew points up in around 60 to 62 degrees by the time the Saturday morning rolls in here.
Yeah, and then I think also is that we'll have most of Friday in full sun. Temperatures climbing big time. And you all know that when you have something like this, get full sun during the day, it makes things so much worse. So, yeah, that may offset what that system going to our south would do. So, anyway.
Yeah. And we are going to have southerly winds pulling really, really hard to pull that moisture and instability up in our direction.
Yeah. Melinda Conrad says, God will get us through this. And Andrea Cook says, I won't need a roof. I might need a new trailer once it's over. I hope that is a laughing matter because I don't want anybody to have any damage or anything, but this is serious. That's the reason we're talking about this. I have to let you know. And don't forget about Memphis for KAZO.
Right. Memphis is in the middle of this area as well, too. In fact, if you had that graphic back up for the day 3 enhanced risk, the first city they list in it is Memphis, Tennessee.
Right.
So they are in for a round of severe weather as well. And again, right now they're looking at all 3 modes of severe weather. It could be tornadoes, it could be straight line thunderstorm winds, or it could be large hail.
Yeah, I know all of you are worried about this, and I'm concerned too because we live here, and I worry about my community and the people out there, and you guys. I worry about all of you. I don't want nothing to happen to you, but more than likely it'll be fine. That's something we have to remember. This is a severe event, and we've been through these before. We've been through worse of these before. Look at December of 21, and look at some of the other times. We've had lots of severe weather in the past. There's no need to think that we won't get through some of this. So Rebecca Val says, I guess this would be considered a potential tornado outbreak. What do you think, Mark? Yeah?
It is a potential tornado outbreak. But again, a lot of these things, they're still coming together. There's still some uncertainty in the models and still some uncertainty in a couple of places about whether or not this stuff all comes together at one time in one place to give us that really strong outbreak. I do think somewhere in the region is probably going to see a tornado out of this, but exactly where and exactly when, we're still waiting to see. That's still coming together.
That's right.
We should have a better idea on it tomorrow.
And my good friend Lois is up in Indiana watching. How you doing, Lois? She says she's watching her weather friend, and I appreciate that. Let's see, Amanda Periodicet. Hi, David Mark. Rebecca Val, I guess, yeah, okay, I got that. K Wells 42101. Looks like Paducah's dead in the middle of the chaos on Friday. And
Yes.
Tony Harris is going to be praying against these storms and hedge protection over all involved in these storms. And Angie Jaco says, thank you so much for keeping us updated. Lynn Reynolds, I usually jerk the front door open and say, Lord's will be done. Well, don't do that.
I don't know about jerking the front door
don't
open.
Open that front door. Don't raise the window. That's an old wives' tale that it would equalize the pressure. No, worst thing you can do is raise those windows and let that wind get into your house. So don't do that. Denise Pierce says, I was at my mom's house in Dawson Springs when the tornado hit out there. It was unbelievable.
Yes, it was. I
hope and pray we don't go through that again. I just, it's unfathomable. But you know what? It's part of life, part of us living here in Kentucky, and we do have this every year. The severe season comes in, and this is the start of the severe season. We're dead into it. But we will get through it. Like I said, we've got people that will be out there watching, and we're going to have this going. We'll have the best radar on it. That's the best we can do. That's the extent of our technology. We can't stop it. All we can do is warn about it and let you know where it is. And so hopefully that will give you a chance. We want everybody to be sure and take this stuff serious. If there's a warning issued, take that warning serious. So Chelsea says, "Hey friends," she says, "it's too early for this." Well, it's too early for it to be that intense. Yeah, but it's anyway. It is what it is. Lori Thurston, hope for
Yeah.
the best, prepare for the worst. That's a good thing. Uh,
Yeah, there's a reason why all the neighboring states and everything have their severe weather awareness week right around this time frame. Is
yep,
because this is right at the beginning of severe weather season,
yep.
and they want to get everybody aware of it and ready and prepared as much as they can be.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to be updating you. We're not going to let this stuff go and just do this update and then go off and leave you and not come back till the time to go. But we will update again. Let's see, this is Wednesday. I will do a Facebook update tomorrow, I know, and we may possibly do an update if we go to that moderate risk, would we, Mark, or not? What do you think?
Yes, indeed. If we go to a moderate risk, or if we have a conference call with National Weather Service and we have more stuff to pass on, we'll definitely be on
Absolutely,
here.
yeah. So yeah, look for an update sometime tomorrow, and then of course on Friday we will be ready and do everything possible. We'll get you prepared and everybody will be here. We'll be on the go. So hang in there. It's not going to be. Don't lose sleep over it. Although there is an eclipse that's visible. Is it Friday?
Thursday night,
Thursday night. Well, if we can
Thursday
see it,
night into Friday morning.
there's a full lunar eclipse. They call it the blood moon, where the moon
Hmm.
turns really red. And if we can see it, which we may or may not, depending on the viewing, because of clouds of that system passing to our south. But I think from what I saw a
Yeah.
graphic somewhere that showed we were in the green, that we'd be able to see that. So,
Well, I hope so. And that's even though it is like 1 o'clock in the morning.
yep, yep. So that just kind of adds to fuel to the fire. And you get a full eclipse, you got severe storms, you got hurricane force winds. I mean, what else can you ask for? I mean, we're not going to be able to sleep in this kind of weather, I can tell you. But
Yeah.
so,
Jocelyn, none of this is coming in. The severe stuff is not coming in till Friday night.
yep.
So you'd probably be okay. I can't tell you whether to send them or not, but I don't think the timing of this is going to interfere with the school schedule.
Yeah, and then Nicole Davis says, looks like we will be spending the weekend together again. Kids heard your voice and knew what was coming.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, this weekend is my boy's birthday. Well, Nicole, tell us his name and we will wish him a happy birthday. And then Rita Taylor says, I'm going to pray for my folks. They lost their home in 21. They have a new home, but they can't survive another direct hit. They're 84 and 86. Yeah,
Goodness
Rita,
gracious.
I understand, and I agree with you. I wish there was something I could tell you. We are just the messengers. We can't stop anything. Everything we're telling you is from the information that we're receiving, and we're passing it along to you. I wish to God we could. And so prayers is the best thing. And Denise Perry says, Rita, my mom is 86 also. Lynn Reynolds says, thanks for y'all's time. Jocelyn Wallentyne says, should I send kids to school on Friday? We already answered that question. Jenny Stewart, prayers for everyone that's going to be involved. April Dawn Haley is smiling. And Rita Taylor says, I may be outside looking for it. I'm assuming she's talking about the eclipse.
Yeah.
Ruth Cornelius, our good friend Ruth, she says, I saw the moon this morning. It was pretty. And Denise Perry says, thank you, David Mark. Joyce Wallentyne says, okay, thank you. Nicole Davis, Colton, he's turning 14. Mark, we got to wish Colton a happy birthday. So,
Yeah.
Colton, if you're watching, we're wishing you a happy birthday. I'm glad to see that you're going to turn 14. Just don't tick your mom off too bad if you want to make it to 15. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Colton. That's a joke. I know he's probably well behaved, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to say that. But happy birthday, Colton. We appreciate you
Yeah.
from here at the Weather and Wisdom Channel.
Happy
Blackheart-
birthday,
yeah.
Colton.
Blackheart 502. Saturday isn't a good day to be in a factory working. Oh, no. I hope you're not having to work.
Probably not.
No, I hope you're not having to work.
Especially not that factory.
Yeah.
I've talked to him when I first went to work there about how much of a storm they could survive. It wasn't good.
Rita Taylor says, we know you would if you could. And she's talking about me wishing I could have done better. Shelley
Yeah.
Workman. All right, Colton, you're getting a lot of other happy birthday wishes. Shelley Workman and Rita Taylor are both wishing you a happy birthday. Connie Cancer's wishing, and Debbie Sox is wishing you. Boy, he's getting more birthday wishes than I would. So, anyway, Colton.
Well, he's wishing for more birthdays.
Yeah, really. Let's see.
Yeah,
Christy
we're done
Sanchez,
counting birthdays by the time we get where we're at.
speak for yourself. Christy Sanchez Robles says, "Can you do a recap of what we're expecting with the weather?" Okay, Mark, probably need to do that. Let me finish up the chat here a little bit. Chelsea Reese, what about Sunday's weather? I keep on saying it's going to be raining, and then one day it's not. We have a funeral to attend. And Mawan Hudson says, where are you talking about? Just entered the chat. Jenny Stewart says, happy birthday, Colton. Nicole Davis says, thank you to everyone. And Blackheart 502 says, I declined OT, so he probably won't work Friday. Well, then you can come and help us. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining us, we are transmitting from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. We're right in the center of where that severe weather is expected. And we are live, and we usually, when there's severe weather ongoing, we're live constantly through that to keep everybody informed. And so anyway, I guess we need to give a rundown now of what's. I will tell Chelsea that Sunday looks like it's going to be much cooler with a high of 57, if I'm not mistaken, Mark. So
That's right.
yeah, if you will go ahead and kind of give them all a rundown of what we're expecting at this point.
Okay. Other than being a little bit breezy, it is an absolutely gorgeous day outside. We're looking at highs in the upper 70s. We got up to around 78. We're starting back down a little bit now. Tonight, we start getting a little bit of a chance of showers in the early morning, low around 55. Thursday, we start seeing a chance of showers with thunderstorms possible after 1 p.m. High near 74. Chance of rain is about 50%. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low around 54. So, yeah, we might be able to see that eclipse with mostly clear. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 79. And that's going to be setting us up for the chances for severe weather to be coming in Friday night. Showers and thunderstorms with a low around 59. South winds 14 to 17. Gusts as high as, I'll say, 30. And chance of precip is 100% with that coming in. Saturday, we see another chance of showers, then showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm after 1 p.m. Some of the storms could produce heavy rain.
Okay.
Partly sunny with a high near 75. And then winds gusting up to 26. Chance of precip is 60%. Saturday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low in the middle 40s. And then Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 57. And then we start warming back up again as we go into next week with mostly sunny days.
And we're looking at another potential severe event out after this one, around what, the 21st or something?
Around the 21st, about a week away from this one, actually.
So, again, this is typical of this time of the year. Mawan Hudson, what town are you in? And that'll give us a better idea of where we can pinpoint your weather from. So while we're at it, let's take a look around at some of the cameras we have up. We've got several things to look at. Let's look at the Russellville camera here. 79 degrees there. One lone cow. No, that's a horse. Or is that a cow? That's a horse, I think, eating. Or is it a cow? That looks like a... What is that? I believe that's a horse. But anyway. Yeah, they're going to say, Dave Powell don't know the difference between... Okay, he's... Mawan Hudson.
That is a cow, David.
Okay, all right. So now it's a cow. So I need my glasses.
And there's several more in the field there. They're just like up close.
Quit nagging me. I saw him. Here's a look at Franklin over at Gold City, Kentucky. And traveled this road many times. Franklin is right off here in the distance out there. And a beautiful view. We're looking off to the west. We'll see the storms as they come in through this camera. Rita Taylor says a unicorn. Let's see here. Let's look at Scottsville, Allen County, at Barren River Reservoir. These cameras are courtesy, whether or not, WX or not. So if you will, go over and subscribe to them. I think they're on the YouTube channel as well. So take a look at that. That is Barren River Reservoir, at least part of it. And I have been to that boat dock many times in the past. So I thought you guys would like to see that. And we'll take a look up here at our good friends up here in Morgantown. And it's 79 degrees there. Beautiful evening with no hint of what's coming at us. So anyway, we'll take one more look quick here at Bowling Green. Again, these are courtesy WX or not. and I would love to get in touch with him. I've been trying to contact him. I haven't had any luck yet, but we will. Anyway, so that's Bowling Green, 79 degrees there. Everybody is near 80 degrees. And as we go out to the west, we'll look at Massac here just across the river from Paducah. And there's the Ohio River and train trestle going across it. Again, the winds are starting to pick up just a little bit. 77 degrees there. So let's see here, Mark. Where do we want to go next? Let's go up and take a look at Spirit Lake and see what it looks like there. We've watched this many times. 72 degrees, still snow covered, ice covered, but the ice
Still
is
ice covered, but look at that ice breaking up.
Yeah, it is. It's breaking up, and soon we will see thatched huts and bathing suits and boats and boat ramp and everything going along there. 71 degrees there. Wow. Now, I understand that Mount Shasta is still down, but I want to take a quick look. Which storm chaser was this out here? Do you know?
It's Storm Runner Media.
Okay, so I'm trying to see if I can.
You can't miss him. He's the only camera you'll see out that way.
He is.
Okay, I found him.
Okay, yeah, he's right near Carson City
5 p.m. for the public.
in
Hope
Reno.
that works. I really hope
This
that
is
that
part
works.
of what's coming in. The storm that's coming into us, isn't it,
When
Mark?
you did that,
Yeah, this is the storm that's going to cause our severe weather. It's just coming on shore in California, giving them and the Rockies a pretty good dump of snow as it comes through.
Yeah.
And then as it makes its way out into the plains, one of the things that's happening with this low pressure area is it's going to be dropping down from basically the northwest down into the central plains and then moving back up to the northeast. But as it does so, the central pressure is expected to get down to a 973 millibar level, which is basically the equivalent of a Category 2 hurricane.
Yeah, and that's the reason we're going to get some very strong winds out of this. The whole thing is it's just crazy. Now, we're getting some weather here just south of Dallas, but this is that system that's going to pass by to our south. And right now you don't see much signs of anything, but that is the start of it right here. And this will pass to our south this evening, or I think.
Yeah, and they are under an area for a slight chance for severe weather this evening from that. But it's not going to extend anywhere up into our area.
Let me see what we got here in Jackson, see if there's anything to look at. This is Hines County EMA. Not a cloud in the sky. Another nice day, but it's 54 degrees. Mm-hmm. That's a little weird. I believe that's wrong.
I would believe so.
Yeah, let me see this other one here. This is a different one. Mississippi EMA. See, 79 degrees there. So
sometimes the sensors on these systems will get stuck right at 50 degrees or 54, and they'll just stay there until somebody goes and figures out what's going on with them.
Well, let's take a look at our friends over in Irwin, Tennessee. We always check this camera, Pinnacle Tower. This is a forest fire lookout tower. Irwin, Tennessee, right down here, nestled in the Smoky Mountains, and you can see traffic moving really good down here on the interstate. All these cameras are live. This is not anything that's recorded. But anyway, let's see here. It's 69 degrees up on the tower, so it's kind of chilly. And then we go across the border here into North Carolina. This is Burnsville, North Carolina. And come on. It's wanting to come up. I know it is. There it is. Okay.
I was going to say, they were up earlier.
Yep. Beautiful shot. This is a little airstrip up on top of this mountain. You can see it's looking down on the valleys here. But you also get an idea why it's called the Smoky Mountains. Look at the haze and stuff out there. It's a beautiful shot, though. So 74 degrees. Very pleasant weather. Let's see here. I guess that's the bulk. Let's look back here at Union City off to our southwest. We're going to watch this area here around Dyersburg, Union City, all this for the severe storms, because when they get hit, normally they take a path right into us. So that's why one thing we watch for during severe outbreaks is this area right here. The tornado in 2006 originated right here in Dyersburg. And because I was around here at that time, I watched it do that. So we'll be looking at that. Here's Union City, Tennessee. It's 79 degrees there. Again, a beautiful, beautiful evening. No hint of anything to come yet, but it will change very soon. Let's see here. Tony Harris said, well, let's see. Chris D says, I will watch the replay as I missed it, but I hope we will be able to avoid the worst of the weather. Thanks for watching out for us. You're welcome, Chris. I appreciate that. Tony Harris says, what about Bardstown?
Bardstown's basically in the same shape we are. It's just going to happen to them probably a couple hours later.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, there is no one safe place in this whole situation.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now. Go ahead, Mark.
You can see how big that area is. It goes all the way up from northern Illinois and all the way down into south central Mississippi. So there's really nowhere that you're going to find that's not under the gun for severe weather that's along through here. Now, if you think, well, maybe I'm far enough to the east, you have to remember that after it gets done there, when it clicks over to the next day for Saturday, this is for Friday, by the way, when it clicks over to Saturday, we're still under the gun for severe weather off to the east of us.
And I made a comment earlier. They have expanded this hatched area, so I would imagine this enhanced would probably expand a little more. But I would almost feel certain they will issue a moderate risk.
A moderate somewhere in that area.
Yeah, somewhere in this area or here will be a moderate risk. And where that area is what's going to, again, be something else. I hope it's not going to be bad. I'm going to go over to the weather briefing that the Paducah had earlier. Excuse me. Here's this is the late Friday afternoon, Friday night, right here. The 2 is the slight risk. The 3 in the orange is the enhanced risk. And of course, it'll go red if they issue a moderate risk tomorrow. But you can see this enhanced risk goes all the way over to Logan County, around Russellville and up towards, well, encompasses Greenville, all the way up Ohio River and all the way back as far as you can see, and as far south as down into Tennessee. So you can see that this is a fairly widespread situation. There's been no major changes to this. The south winds could gust up to 40 miles per hour ahead of the line of storms Friday afternoon and evening. I'm thinking that we may end up getting at it a little bit earlier than 10:30, like we were thinking, Mark. Things are starting to look a little different.
Go on down. Yeah, go on down to where they show you the timing.
Okay.
That's the thunderstorm outlook for Friday.
And the thing that we take note on this is that right here, a key message, potential exists for significant severe weather with hurricane force winds and EF2 or greater tornadoes. That is from the National Weather Service in this area right here that you're looking at. So we got to take it serious. This is a serious situation. But there is some uncertainty still out there. We do expect this outlook to evolve, and we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. The timing is late Friday evening through early morning hours on Saturday with widespread damaging winds and tornadoes. Like I said, I just hope that this changes. I really do.
Yep.
Now I'm going to scroll down. The next one's thunderstorm outlook for Saturday. Again, we're still in the probability of severe weather. This is the is a slight
and
risk.
This can change. This was taken from the day 4 outlook from the SPC, and they don't really get specific enough to put higher risk areas in usually that far out.
I can tell you there's a bigger heavy rain potential for that on Saturday, isn't it, Mark? So
yeah, that's when from Hopkinsville eastward, southeastward and on up into central Kentucky, they're looking for 2 to 3 inches of rain with that when it comes through on Saturday.
Yeah. And then let's go here and look at the approximate severe weather timing for both Friday night and Saturday. So here we go. Again, this is probably going to change, but they're showing 8 to 11 p.m. Friday being over into Missouri, then 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Across the area of Kentucky. This is 12 to 3 a.m. Over into Elkton and Todd County. Mark, that's already outdated there. The Saturday severe weather time of arrival, Mark, is 9 a.m. to noon, according to this. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It'd be up into Madisonville and Greenville, and then from 1 to 4 p.m. up into southern Indiana, Evansville, Owensboro, and those points. So,
yeah. And again, that's coming from really kind of an unusual direction for it to be advancing up from the southwest like that.
Yeah.
Normally they come across like the first one.
Here's the rainfall forecast, and it shows here 2 to 3 inches in Hopkinsville area, and areas eastward. Looks like Todd County, Logan County, Simpson County, down here into Clarksville, Montgomery County, and even into Robertson County. All will be in the 2 to 3 inch range, whereas back to Murray, 1.5 to 2 inches, and then you can see the totals lessen as you go back further to the west. So that gives you an idea of what we're looking at. I've got to kill my phone here for a second. But anyway, you can see what we're talking about. And in our maximum wind gust, well,
this is outside of thunderstorms.
Yeah, outside of thunders. Okay, so up to 20, might as well say 30 miles an hour. Hopkinsville, Murray, Madisonville, back to Paducah, and they're out of the south. And this will be Friday evening. Friday evening, and they're likely to trend higher as the event approaches. So there you go. And then the risk for severe storms in the enhanced risk area, which we're in, numerous severe storms are possible, some long-lived severe storms, a few intense storms possible, and have multiple ways to get the National Weather Service warnings and seek shelter immediately when warnings are issued for your location. And we're certainly going to be pushing you to do that on here when we're on the air there. Ruby Panel says, I have showings all weekend. Should I cancel? It depends what kind of showings you're talking about, Ruby, and where they are.
And exactly what time.
Yeah, and what facility you're in. Trish Horn, I would rather have snow. I have bad anxiety when we have the severe weather. Mermaid Cakes, 88. There's Jessica. She says, hey there, Thunder Buddies. I'm missing the snow. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so are we.
Aren't we all, especially in this situation. But anyway, Mark, I'm going to let you take over. I got to talk to our support staff here in just a second. So I'm going to let you go ahead. I'm going to go back to the radar right here. There we go.
Well, there's not really much to show on radar right now.
Well, no.
But we will be looking for those storms on Friday to be moving in from the west. And again, these are going to be coming in after dark. So, yeah, even with the daylight savings time change, they're going to be coming in after dark. So, you're not going to be able to really get out unless you really know what you're doing to be able to see them coming. So listen to us, listen for warnings from National Weather Service, and take them seriously. If you hear a warning, don't run outside. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Go take shelter. Don't worry about where it's at. You'll find out where it went after it goes through. You don't want to worry about, your family, send them to the basement, then you go out and get hit by the storm. You don't want that to happen. So, get everybody in the basement or get them into an interior room with as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Make sure that you've got a good way to hear the warnings and also hear when the warnings clear, because that's just as important. You could go into a shelter, and if you don't hear them cancel it, several hours later, you're sitting there, well, did that storm ever go through? Well, the storm probably went through and you missed it when the warning ended or when the warning passed on by.
Let's see. Tell her say, I think. What time is it supposed to be in Russellville on Saturday, Mark?
Well, what we see by our timing there, Russellville was along the same line as us, and we were expecting it starting maybe at 9 a.m. to about noon. So Russellville should be any time in that time frame is when we would expect it to start moving into the area for them.
Right. So we will be on top of it. We'll be here, so hopefully you'll join in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure and do that. Subscriptions are very important to us. It does help us to provide the technology that some of it you're seeing right now, and keeps us on the air and everything going well. So, if you get a chance to subscribe, go over to the I'm laughing at Shelly work, but she says, talking about Jessica. It says, hi, Jessica, you going to be with our overnight pajama party? Anyway, I guess you have to be there to appreciate that.
Yes, indeed.
I think Shelly's wanting to have a pajama party here at the Weather Building, and of course we're going to be on the air, so we don't get to partake in any of that stuff because we're trying to save people's lives and they want to party. So anyway,
yeah, just don't let it turn into like they used to have hurricane parties, and I think they found out with one certain hurricane that came through. They were having a party, and everybody at the party got wiped
Yeah,
out.
which one was that? I remember that.
That was Camille, if I remember right.
Oh yeah, that was Camille would have been
It was back in the 60s.
69. Yeah, 69.
Uh-huh.
I remember Hurricane Camille. At least, well, I read about it. I can't say that I remember it, but I did. Yeah, I do. I had a spider bite. I got a black widow spider bite during that time, and I was sick as a dog. I don't
That's
know
what you get for playing with spiders.
I don't know what the point of that was, but just thought I'd tell you. Anyway. Let's see here. So, Mark, have we filled them out pretty good on everything?
I think we've told them about everything we can manage to tell them. Just keep an eye on this. We'll update you tomorrow. We'll update again on Friday, I'm sure, before it actually gets here. And just be prepared.
We got our friend Shane is here. He's got some work to do on the system as we prepare for all this. Mermaid Cake says, LOL. Well, much as I'd love to, I have two boys that also do not appreciate storms very much. So I'll be home keeping them calm and safe as usual. But sounds like fun. Yeah, well, better luck next time. Sam Gray's on with us. Hey, Sam says, as long as they wear spider pajamas. Very good, Sam. Good comeback. Mermaid Cake says, I'll be online in the chat, though. They're in spirit, I suppose. Yeah, I got to get your shirt to you, Jessica. You need to be wearing your Thunder Buddies shirt. She's the one that actually coined the phrase Thunder Buddies, just so y'all know. So I got her a shirt, and I can't talk the woman to coming by here and getting it. I don't know what I'm going to do with her. So, anyway. All right, everybody. It is time to head on out. Robin Nikolakis. Oh, good grief. I did it again. Nicola Kakos. Did I get it?
There you go.
All right.
There you
She
go.
says, hello, David Mark. Thanks for keeping us informed, and we're glad to do it, Robin. We are going to be getting off here, and we will be back tomorrow. You will see me on Facebook for sure. It's for those of you who are watching over on the Facebook Weather and Wisdom channel. And we will try to get everything and have a better idea what's happening and hopefully give everybody an update at that time. So, Mark, got anything left to say? Tammy Tatum said it right. Time for supper.
Time for supper. Everybody stay safe. Don't mind the showers and storms tomorrow too much, and we'll probably see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. So, with that, let me find my button here I got to push. Yeah. Okay. So, thank you, Mermaid Cake. She says, y'all have a safe evening. Rita Taylor says, thank you, guys. Alicia Maxwell, thank you both for keeping us up to date. Robin says, good job. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name again, Robin, but I got it right first time. And then Tammy Tatum says, Mark, don't forget pies. All right, that's enough. I've seen enough food. I'm hungry. I'm not just hungry, I'm hungry. Denise Darnell says, thank y'all. And I thank you all. And if I don't see you here, I'll see you here.
Bye, everyone.